Hello everyone, it's Dr. Tayyaba and today we will learn how to measure the ovarian follicles on ultrasound. We will measure an individual ovarian follicle using the standard two-dimensional transvaginal ultrasound technique. First, we identify the follicle we want to measure and carefully scan through it in both planes. We scroll or sweep slowly until the follicle appears at its maximum size. This is the frame where the follicle looks largest and most well defined. It is important not to measure first image we see because follicles are three-dimensional structures and measuring them orifices will underestimate their true size. Once the follicle appears largest on the screen, we freeze the image. Next, we place the calipers inside the follicle, measuring from inner wall to inner wall. We deliberately exclude the follicular wall thickness. This is because the clinically relevant measurement is the fluid field diameter, not the thickness of the follicular wall. Including the wall would falsely increase the follicle size and leads to inaccurate assessment of follicular maturity. Now we obtain two measurements at right angles to each other. The first measurement is diameter 1 or D1, which is the maximum diameter of the follicle. The second measurement is diameter 2 or D2 taken perpendicular to D1. These two measurements account for the fact that follicles are often oval rather than perfectly round. Both measurements must be taken on the same frozen image where the follicle appears maximal. Once we have D1 and D2, we calculate the mean follicular diameter. The formula is mean follicular diameter D1 plus D2 divided by 2. This mean value is the number used for clinical decision making, including ovulation timing, cycle monitoring, and fertility treatment planning. Always measure the follicle at its largest visualized size. Measure inner wall to inner wall. Obtain two perpendicular diameters. Use the mean diameter for interpretation. Consistency in technique is essential for accurate serial monitoring. Let's look a few examples of measuring follicles. In this image, we are measuring this follicle first. So first we place one set of calipers on the maximal dimension at the inner walls of the follicle, and the second set of calipers must be placed perpendicular to the first set. The longer measurement is diameter 1 or D1 and the second measurement is D2. D1 measures 18 mm and D2 measures 14 mm. Now we can calculate the mean diameter. It will be 18 plus 14, which is 32. 32 is divided by 2, which gives 16. So 16 millimeter is the mean diameter. So after measuring this follicle, you can measure the other follicles on one by one in the similar manner. Our next example shows a dominant follicle with D1 measuring 22 mm and D2 measuring 14 mm. The mean diameter will be 22 plus 14, which is 36, and 36 divided by 2 is 18 millimeter. It is 18 millimeter the final diameter. There is another example. The diameter D1 is 19 millimeter and diameter D2 is 17 millimeter. Mean diameter is 19 plus 17, which is also 36, and 36 divided by 2 is 18 mm. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more imaging and informative videos.